Ladies and gentlemen, as they say, milestones are an important way of looking at the past with gratitude, the present with appreciation, and the future with aspiration. Latent View is among the leading pure-play data analytics service company in India. We provide expertise across the entire value chain of data analytics, from consulting to data science and artificial intelligence. Across industries, data and analytics are being leveraged by enterprises to guide business strategy and optimize spending decisions amid growing uncertainties. Latent View provides services to blue chip companies in technology, BFSI, CPG, retail, industrials, and other industries. The company has emerged as one of the most trusted analytics partner to several Fortune 500 companies in the recent years and has the distinction of partnering with 30 plus Fortune 500 companies in the last 3 fiscals. Lastly, we believe in our people and our people believe in Latent View. Latent View has stayed true to its core values and has created a strong employee culture and made sure people had fun. We are here today because of our customers, people, and our alumni. On this very momentous occasion, we would like to welcome various dignitaries who have joined us today with a bouquet of flowers. We have here with us today some of our esteemed independent board members and the leadership team of Latent View. We would like to extend a warm welcome to all of them. Introducing the leadership of Latent View, Mr. Venkat Vishwanathan, Chairman and Executive Director, Latent View. I request, sir, please come on the stage. Mrs. Pramad Chandalya, Executive Director, Latent View. Mr. Rajan Sethuraman, Chief Executive Officer, Latent View. Mr. Rajan Venkateshan, Chief Financial Officer, Latent View. Now I would like to invite our esteemed board members to please come on the stage. Ms. Dipali Seth, Independent Director. Mr. Mukesh Bhutani, Independent Director. Mr. Raghutama Roy, Independent Director. I would also like to thank Reed Cundiff, who's joining us virtually today. He's our Independent Director as well. We would also like to extend a very warm welcome to the book running and lead managers who've played an integral role in the success of this IPO. We have with us today Mr. Salil Pitale, Axis Capital, Mr. Mahesh Natarajan, ICICI Securities, Mr. George Matthew, Haitong Securities, We would also like to welcome Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO, BSC, with a bouquet of flowers. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion with your presence. We will now commence the auspicious occasion by lighting of the lamp. I request the leadership team of Latent View, Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO BSC, and lead managers to join us for the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony and inaugurate the function. Thank you, everyone, for lighting the lamp. This marks the beginning of a new and prosperous journey for Latent View Analytics. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Mahesh Natarajan, ICICI Securities, to initiate the proceedings with his opening thoughts. Over to you, Mr. Mahesh Natarajan.
Good morning. The management of Latent View, all the stakeholders, and the august audience. Uh, on behalf of ICICI Securities and the BR LIMS to the issue, let me thank the management of Latent View for this opportunity to be associated with such a landmark transaction. Truly a remarkable story in the data analytics space and a historical IPO as we have all seen. Now, let me try to present the storyboard behind the oversubscription numbers. In short, let me present the Latent View, the history to the IPO, the IPO numbers that have created history starting at IIM Calcutta, where the founders got their management degrees. There must be something special in the waters of the 7 lakes that adorn IMC. Ashish, sir, I'm sure you agree, right? And so here goes. From the land of the 7 lakes emerged a company with a clarity of purpose like a diamond, Venkat, talking the language of trust like a pram ad, and of course Ramesh. Though not in a hurry, he ran tech like a bolt. For IPO, they pivoted on Axis, and after Shilpa, Sim ran. The roadshows were a hit, led by Rajan and Chota Rajan. While we went hammer and tongs at building the book, in short, we were high-tong at building the book, with quality investors raising their hand, supported by the HNI and retail segment, history was born. The response didn't just take us to cloud 9, but to cloud 338. As bankers, we are confident that their listed journey will bring much joy deep as it may be. Investors saw the Latent View and said, oh, I see, I am on. Please join us in beholding and holding this Latent View. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Next, now I would like to invite our CEO, Mr. Rajan Sethuraman, to address the audience.
Thank you all for joining us on this momentous occasion. We are truly at a juncture today, right? And we are a data analytics company. And when I've been talking to my clients and our investor audience, I've been mentioning that we do look back and look ahead analytics. So here goes a little bit of look back, right, on us. We started off with very humble beginnings. Out of a house in Besanagar in Chennai with just a few people to look at the market and understand what's happening in the data analytics space. But from there on, we have persevered through some fairly tough times. Very early into the journey of Latent View Analytics, we hit the credit crisis. And the credit crisis was a fairly defining moment. There is a saying that never let a crisis go to waste. And the management team then truly took on that opportunity to see how that crisis could be converted into something truly substantial. So we emerged much stronger at the end of the crisis period. And in some sense, as we say internally, there is no resistance to persistence. And one thing led to another. We landed on the shores of the United States with our first big account in the West Coast. And from there on, it actually snowballed significantly, right, in terms of the quality of work that we've been doing for our marquee logos in the US and in other parts of the world. In some sense, the essence of all that we have been doing so far is to solve very tough problems and deliver high-quality business impact for all the clients that we work with. And we have had a very bright bunch of young, passionate, innovative people, right, who have helped us all along through this journey. And if I look at the management philosophy as well, it has been a fairly simple philosophy. Just focus on the business, continue to delight customers, look at how we can actually identify their most pressing problems, right, and bring the power of data and analytics to help them address those opportunities and challenges. We have been a strong, high-growth, profitable company through the years, and that has stood us in good stead, right till this point in time. Now, looking ahead in terms of what's ahead of us, I believe that we are truly at an inflection point in the data analytics space. Most of you have seen that on the back of the pandemic that we have witnessed over the last 18 months or so, there has been an acceleration of everything digital. More and more companies are connecting with their consumers, with their employees, with their ecosystem through digital and online channels. And that means that a lot more data is available through those digital interactions. So we are very excited by the prospects of what all this new data can help companies to accomplish and achieve. In some sense, at the heart of everything that we do is this quest to understand behavior, whether it is human behavior, whether it's process behavior, or whether it is machine behavior. And as humans, processes, and machines increasingly interact with one another through digital channels, we believe that the opportunities are limitless in terms of what lays ahead of us. We build models to understand the complexity in the world, but models in some way are a simplification of the real world. But with every passing year, with every passing quarter, we get better at understanding the world. We build better models. We build better ways by which we can understand and predict behavior so that companies worldwide are able to come up with better products and services and can come up with innovation that truly addresses what we all need, right, in our work as well as in our personal lives. There's a saying that you should live every day as if it is the last day that you have, right, on this earth. I believe that a lot of stuff that's happened over the last 15 years has been with that kind of a principle. Are people coming in with purpose, with a lot of passion for the work that they do? That is what has really brought us to this juncture. But there is also a saying that you should live every day as if it is the first day of the rest of your life. And I believe that from here on, we'll be able to bring the excitement, the energy, and the exploration opportunities that are possible that lay ahead of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajan. It's always a joy to hear from you. Now I would like to invite Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO, BSC, to share his thoughts with us.
Shri Venkat Vishwanathan, Latent Analytics Limited, Sushri Pramad Zandalia, Latent Views Analytics Limited, Shri Rajan Seturaman, CEO, Latent Views Analytics Limited, Shri Rajan Venkatesan, CFO, Latent View Analytics Limited, Shri Salil Pitle, Axis Capital, Shri Mahesh Natraj, ICICI Securities, Shri George Matthew, Haitong Securities. A good morning to everyone present at the BSC International Convention Center as we celebrate the equity listings of Latent View Analytics. A warm welcome to BSE, India's leading and most diverse exchange that provides an efficient and transparent market for trading in a bouquet of products like equities, debt, derivatives, currencies, commodities, interest rates, mutual funds, insurance, stock lending, borrowing, agricultural products, and many more. The BSE has played a prominent role in developing the Indian capital markets by being Asia's first exchange, India's first universal exchange, and the fastest exchange in the world with a speed of 6 microseconds. BSE puts forward a strong and robust platform for its over 8.7 crore investors to trade in a highly secure and reliable environment that offers enhanced liquidity, diversity of participants, innovative technology, and trustworthy clearing services. Listing on the exchange helps company move forward, open new avenues and opportunities for growth. as seen from over 4,700 companies listed on BSE platform, making it the world's largest in terms of listed companies. The BSE platform is designed to not only provide liquidity, but also bring efficiency and transparency in the price discovery mechanism for newly listed companies. We are confident that by listing on BSE, Latent View Analytics will not only be able to enhance its visibility and profile, but also broaden its investor base that we hope will support its business expansion plans. The IPO book-built public issue consisted of 3,4,89,362 equity shares of rupees 1 each at a price of rupees 197 per share, aggregating to rupees 600 crores. The issue was subscribed 337.89 times overall, with 106.09 times in the retail category, 868.75 times in the NII category, and 149.59 times in QIB category, making it an extremely successful IPO. I congratulate the management of Latent View Analytics, Merchant Banker, Axis Capital, ICICI Securities, Haitong Securities, and everyone else involved with this issue for a successful listing as they forge forward in their business. BSE looks forward to continue being Latent View Analytics' preferred fundraising partner as it expands its reach and grows in scale. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful words. Now, to commemorate the significance of this event, we will have an exchange of mementos. First, Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO BSE, will present a special listing memento along with the famous BSE bull to Latent View Analytics Limited. To receive this special memento from Mr. Ashish, may I invite the management team of Latent View Analytics, Mr. Venkat Vishwanathan, Chairman and Executive Director, Mrs. Pramad Chandaliya, Executive Director, Mr. Rajan Sethuraman, Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. Rajan Venkateshan, Chief Financial Officer. Also, Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan will present special mementos to Mr. Salil Pitle, Joint MD and Co-CEO, Axis Capital Limited. Mr. Mahesh Natarajan, ICICI Securities Limited. Mr. George Matthew, Haitong Securities India Private Limited. Thank you, everyone. Next, I would like to call upon stage Mr. Venkat Vishwanathan, Chairman and Executive Director, and Mrs. Pramad Chandalia, Executive Director, from the management team of Latent View to present special mementos to the representatives of some very dedicated partners whose contributions have been invaluable in the successful listing of this company. First, Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Joint MD and Co-CEO, Axis Capital. Then we have the lead managers to the IPO, Mr. Salil Pitle, Axis Capital Limited, Mr. Mahesh Natarajan, ICICI Securities Limited, Mr. George Matthew, Haitong Securities India Private Limited, Moving on, we have a representative from Jay Sagar Associates, legal counsel to the company, and promoter selling shareholder as to Indian law. A representative from Tri-Legal, legal counsel to lead managers as to Indian law. A representative from Hogan Level, Lee & Lee, legal counsel to the company, and the promoter selling shareholders as to international law. A representative from BSR & Company, auditors to the company. Mr. Arun Ohri, Ad Factor Advertising and PR, communications partner to the offer. A representative from Link in Time India Private Limited, registrar to the offer. Thank you, everyone. I would now like to invite Mr. Salil Pitle, Axis Capital Limited, to say a few words.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a privilege and honor for us at Axis Capital to be here today at the listing ceremony of Latent View. It's been a great experience working with the entire Latent View team. Special thanks to Venkat, Pramad, both the Rajans, for trusting us with this opportunity to take you public. It's a great event as a milestone in your journey. I'd just like to recount a few things which really struck us. Here's a company which is probably the first analytics company to get listed. Here's a company which is, trading the analytics business globally, which is such a huge business, which is growing at a phenomenal pace. And India outsourcing part of it is still a small portion, and they're right there at the cutting edge of it. So the runway for business and growth in this business is just fantastic. I think the company's built out a very good quality client roster, which the investors have seen. Most importantly, a client roster which is very sticky, and it's clients who sample them, trust them, reuse them. Is going to stand you in good stead as a company going ahead. What's really impressed me the most out of all of this is really the humility that this company brings to the table. A very conservative approach to business, doing the right things, sticking with the customers, sticking with the employees. I'll recount two incidents which really struck me. The day the listing closed, the IPO closed, the company did a small town hall, virtually of course, getting and thanking every employee of this organization which has contributed towards building this firm. I think it was a phenomenal gesture. The second incident which struck me was, when Pramod reached out, I think Pramod or Venkat reached out and, thanked one of the Axis employees who was probably one of the first persons who lent some small amount of check when Latent View started. And just going and thinking back, years back in history about small contributions towards the organization is something which I'm sure is going to stand you in good stead. We're really proud and appreciate the trust that you've reposed in us as bankers to take this company public. We have no doubt that you will stand up to the highest levels of governance, ethics, standards, and will be a company which will be cherished for the years to come. All the very best in your listed journey. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. George Matthew, Haitong Securities India Private Limited, to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Haitong India has been very privileged and honored to be part of the syndicate for managing this great IPO of Latent View. This is the first pure play analytics, as you all know, and to be listed on the Indian stock exchanges. I would like to propose our vote of thanks on this occasion. Would like to thank Mr. Ashish Chauhan of the BSE for hosting us, and also the regulator SEBI and the National Stock Exchange. This 600 crore issue was well oversubscribed, 338 times. And thanks to all the QIBs, non-institutional investors and retail investors and employees who've reposed their faith in this. I would like to thank the other BRLMs, Axis and ISEC, the legal counsel, JSA Trilegal, Hogan Lovells, auditors, KPMG, registrars, Link in Time, PR agency, ad factors, printers, banks, channel partners for this successful IPO. And lastly, I'd like to thank the management. This is a new journey for you. My best wishes for a long and mutually beneficial journey, with value-creating journey with your investors from this day on. Thank you very much.
I would also like to invite the bankers to the stage. Please proceed towards the gong. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just 10 seconds away. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Latent View Analytics. We are now officially listed on the stock exchanges of India. Wow, that's a grand opening. I would now like to invite Mr. Rajan Venkatesan, Chief Financial Officer, Latent View, to give his vote of thanks on this occasion. Rajan.
Good morning, everyone. So just to give you a bit of a background, there was a bet going on between the Latent View family as to what would be the price that you would see first on the ticker. My guess was 555. I think I was not too far. Pretty happy with the listing. So I've been asked to do the vote of thanks, and obviously I have to start by thanking the entire Latent View family. Can we hear some noise for the Latent View family? The guys who are here, and all of them who are joining us from either Bangalore or Chennai, a big, this is all due to you guys. And the US as well, yes. So our people and the culture that we have is something that we take a lot of pride in. You guys have been at the core of everything that we do, and everything that we will do going forward will also have you guys in our mind. So big thanks to all of you. The next set of people that we want to thank is our customers. You guys not only give us business, but you also train us. Whatever we are today, the cutting edge work that we do is all thanks to you guys. You guys push us. So big thanks to all our customers. Nextly, we'd like to thank all the BRLMs over here, Axis Capital, ICICI Securities, and Haitong. Between Salil, Vivek, Arvind, Mahesh, George, we had people who we could reach out to at any point in time. You guys were our sounding boards. You helped us. You position our uniqueness in the market. You understood our equity story, and you helped the rest of the investor community understand it a little better as well. So big thanks to all of you. Nextly, we'd like to thank all the lawyers, JSA, who are our company counsel, Trilegal, as well as Hogan. You helped us navigate the regulatory landscape. You guys do it all the time, but this was the first time for us, and you helped us be compliant at all points in time. So big thanks to all of you. Nextly, we'd like to thank our auditors, BSR & Co., as well as the independent chartered accountant, SDT. Between all the circlubs, the mock circlubs, the comfort letters, the consent letters, what we had to do was nothing short of a trapeze show. We had to land perfectly every single time, and you guys helped us achieve it every single time. So big thanks to all of you. Nextly, we'd like to thank BSE for hosting us at this iconic place. Thanks, BSE. We look forward to a very long and enduring partnership with you guys. Next, we'd like to thank our media and PR firm, which is Ad Factors. You guys have done a phenomenal job in putting us out to the rest of the fraternity, and we again look forward to a long partnership with you guys. Lastly, we'd also like to thank Lincoln Time, who've, in fact, the last few days, we closed our issue with a record 338 times oversubscription, but that meant there was a lot of work for you guys to do, and you guys have worked tirelessly over the last few days to ensure that all the allotment and the credit of shares happen on a timely manner. So big thanks to you. And before we sign off, we have to thank our shareholders, some of whom are over here in this room, and all the new shareholders that we've gathered as a part of this listing. Thank you for trusting us with your money. We will ensure that we work very, very hard to keep that trust and build value for you guys. I'd like to end my speech by saying that, and this is a quote from one of my favorite cricketers, Rahul Dravid. It's there in his biography. It goes, "The strength of the wolf is the pack, and the strength of the pack is the wolf." I think all of us, individually and collectively, will ensure that we work in the best interest of Latent View, and the future holds great things for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajan. Before we sign off, let's do 3 cheers for Latent View Analytics. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Thank Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It was a great event, and I sign off. Thank you. Please.
Thank you.